Hello, I Love Lucy and Will and Grace friends. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is KJ Ricardo, and today's video is special. It's a crossover video, and that's just because something really special and unique happened this week. So this past Thursday, Will and Grace aired a tribute episode to I Love Lucy, and so of course I was going to watch it and review it for my YouTube channel. My first overall thought is that it was a delightful episode. Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz's daughter, Lucy Arnaz Luckenbill, described the special as a love letter to I Love Lucy, and that's exactly what it was. It was a tribute, and I want you to keep in mind that that's all it was. It was a tribute. I've read many remarks about how this special will never be better than I Love Lucy. That was never the point. It wasn't trying to replace I Love Lucy, because that's not even possible. Nothing will ever be better because the original I Love Lucy show is iconic. Nothing can replace it. The purpose of this show was to be a tribute, to be a homage to a show that has inspired sitcoms for nearly 70 years, which is really weird to think about that next year in 2021, it's going to be the 70th anniversary of I Love Lucy. Can you even believe that? That's just incredible. So this tribute was simply a tribute to honor I Love Lucy, and I think the creators and producers at NBC and the hair and makeup, the costuming, the cast, the directors, everybody involved in this special, I think they did a really great job of honoring I Love Lucy and continuing the legacy. So looking at the very beginning of the episode, it began with a smart opening to the premise of the show. And so the characters Will, Grace, Karen, and Jack are discussing if they lived in an I Love Lucy episode, if they were a part of I Love Lucy, who would they all play? And I thought that this was a great way to introduce the storyline and why they were even having this tribute to begin with. Because you can have a tribute episode, but we really need to know the storyline and how it makes sense to the Will and Grace world. And I thought that they did a really great job tying both shows together. And so I thought that was just great. So Grace says that she would, of course, be Lucy because Deborah Messing is the obvious choice. She looks the most like Lucille Ball. And this discussion segues into the tribute with the black and white coloring, which I'm really glad that they included some black and white coloring. The show had the original scripts of I Love Lucy, and the dialogue was 100% identical to the original show. Of course, the characters and the cast, they had their own unique take on the delivery of some lines. Deborah played Lucy in the Vitameatavegamin scene, and this was a joy to watch. Deborah looked so much like Lucy. I knew from when I first saw photos of them working on the show back in November that Deborah was going to look great, that she was going to look so much like Lucille Ball, and she looked phenomenal. You could tell just by watching her that Deborah wanted to do a good job in this. She wanted to honor Lucille Ball. Deborah said that Lucy was a major role model for her. She really looked up to her. And so you could tell that she handled this role with tender, loving care. That she wanted to do a good job, and I think she did a great job. She delivered a great performance. She nailed various quirks in the Vitameatavegamin scene, and I really don't have any complaints about it. I thought she was great.
Well, I'm your Vitameatavegamin girl. Are you tired, run down, listless? Do you pop out at parties? Are you unpopular? Well, are you?
So the tribute switched up on who played Lucy, and other characters switched roles, with only Will staying as Ricky. In the second scene of the episode, Karen, played by Megan Mullally, played Lucy in the grape stomping scene. This was my least favorite scene of the show. For one thing, I didn't care that Karen was always drinking a martini no matter who she was playing. I know this is a big part of her character, but I don't think it really needed to be in this tribute. None of the other characters had their quirks and characteristics while they were playing the characters on I Love Lucy. And so I think this could have been left out of this specific tribute. I don't think it needed to be in there. However, at the end of the grape stopping scene with guest star Leslie Jordan, Karen takes out a glass of wine that she had just stomped with her feet. And I did laugh at that. I thought that was a funny way to end the scene. It might have not been my favorite scene of the episode, but it was still enjoyable to watch. Moving on to the candy factory scene. I loved this scene. This time, Jack, played by Sean Hayes, played Lucy and Deborah played Ethel. This was fun. It wasn't over the top having a man play Lucy. It was treated in a fun, respectful way. And Sean Hayes was great playing Lucy. He was really funny. The best part of this scene, of course, was Lucy Arnaz. She played the factory foreman and she was a joy to watch. I'm so glad they had her be a part of this show. This was a tribute to I Love Lucy, what her parents created. And so I am just so glad that they asked her to be involved and be in the show. Not just be involved behind the scenes, but actually perform and star in this scene. I thought Lucy did great. And I honestly think that she nailed the role and she stole the scene. Every time she walked back into the room, my eyes just went to Lucy Arnaz. And I just loved it. I just thought she was so great. And so that was my favorite part of the whole episode.
All right, girl. Now listen carefully.
I think we're fighting a losing game.
Then, looking at the final scene of the episode, Will, played by Eric McCormack, commented that he can't choose who's Lucy because everybody is Lucy to him. They're all Lucy. They all represent the same kind of love and enjoyment as Lucy brings to other people. That's what his friends give to him. And so I thought that was a very heartwarming, heartfelt way to end this tribute. And then it ended with a musical number with Will singing the I Love Lucy theme song. It was so much fun. It was a great way to end the show, and the cast joined him and everyone was singing, being happy, and they were all saying, "We love Lucy," because we really do. We love Lucy. And so overall, I really enjoyed this tribute episode. Was it better than I Love Lucy? No, of course not, because I Love Lucy is iconic. Nothing can be better than the original show. But was it still a good tribute? Yes, of course it was. I've seen many parodies and tributes to I Love Lucy, and they often make fun of the show. They insult it. And this wasn't like that at all. This was very respectful. And Lucy Arnaz said that her parents would have loved it. Lucy and Desi would have loved that a show in 2020 was paying tribute to a show from the 1950s. They would have been very touched by this. And so I loved it. I thought it was really great. It was a great tribute to a show that we all love. And so those are my thoughts. That's my review on this special. I just had a few complaints, just mainly the character of Karen drinking a martini with every role that she was in. I just thought that could have been left out. If that was left out, I would have no complaints whatsoever. I thought it was a really great tribute. And so now I want to hear from you. If you watched this tribute episode, I know it's still recent, maybe you haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but if you have, let me know what you thought of it. Many people have mixed opinions about it. Some people had opinions about it before it even aired. They weren't going to watch it because they just knew it wouldn't be better than I Love Lucy, but you have to give it a chance and just watch it and see what you think of it. And if you don't like it, that's okay, but at least you gave it a chance. And so I really want to hear from you what you thought of this special. Put that in a comment and I would be happy to read that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time with another video. And remember to always laugh often